All right, everyone, welcome back to the land of Chem. I am your host and the author. My name is Jeffrey Drum. Thank you all so much for joining me again.
All right, everyone, welcome back. And I'm absolutely thrilled to finally be releasing today's episode, as my experience during the on-site expedition to this site was one of the most physiologically intense that I have ever experienced. And it provided me with an overwhelming insight into the way that this structure was originally used. This is episode 154, Magnetic Ritual Temple, the function of the OGAMIGAIISHI Stone Circle. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, thank you all so much for the support. I think that is it for today's intro, so without further ado, let's get right to it. All right, everyone, here we go with tonight's episode. Now, the structure that you are about to see was first presented here in Sunday Site Visit 86. And if you haven't seen it yet, I will put a link in the video description below, as this was one of the most powerful, transformative, and revealing investigations from our ancient Japan research expedition. And it was a direct result of my experience at this site that I was given a glimpse into how it operated. So first, a little background information, and I'll quote here. The OGAMIGAIISHI megaliths are located on the summit of Mount Ogakeishi in Kumamoto, Japan. The megaliths were initially believed to be a prehistoric megalithic civilization site, but were later considered to be a medieval religious site and a Shugendo training ground after a 1985 survey by the former Kawachi town. Recent discoveries by petroglyph researchers have found ancient Sumerian and Celtic symbols, as well as magnetic anomalies, generating renewed interest in the site. The megaliths are divided into two groups, the summit stones and the mountainside stones. The summit stones consist of 6 stones and are sometimes referred to as a stone circle, but it is difficult to see them as intentionally arranged as a megalithic monument. The mountainside megaliths consist of about 10 stones arranged in a U shape around a shrine, suggesting that ancient rituals were performed there. Archaeologists collected medieval pottery fragments at the site in 1930, and further excavations in 1985 uncovered 2 more medieval pottery fragments. There are 2 legends associated with the site, one involving the Buddhist monk Kukai, and the other involving a 14th century Higo warlord Kikuchi Takahiji. The earliest written record of the name OGAMIGAIISHI is found in the village land survey records from 1637, where it is referred to as Okami no Ishi, or worship stone, suggesting that the site was revered as a place of worship rather than just a sacred rock. And as with all of the stone circle and standing stone systems, the function that I proposed back in episode 142 regarding attracting lightning and rain for the formation of atmospheric nitrates that were delivered as water-soluble fertilizers to specific agricultural areas still apply to this structure. However, there is a secondary and even more fascinating function for the OGAMIGAIISHI stone circle that is directly related to the composition of the stones. As revealed in episode 141, Lightning and Magnetic Stones, I explained how the nearby andesite stones of Oshido Ishi Hill, also located in Kumamoto, have been repeatedly struck by lightning. And you can see here the scarring and pockmarks covering this particular stone that are all a result of high voltage electric current discharge onto these andesite formations. As presented in this article here, the Hill of Oshido Ishi Stones, from a team of researchers at the Kumamoto University, detailing how the magnetite contained within these andesite stones was transformed into permanent magnets by these high voltage, high temperature lightning strikes. And the profound magnetic field created within these stones still radiates today. And I'll put links to all of the aforementioned research episodes and site visits in the video description below so you can see it up close. Now, back to the OGAMIGAIISHI stone circle. a map of the site, which you can see here, with the primary stone circle here, the summit circle here, and a structure known as the menhir, or the obelisk stone, over here. And there's also a dolmen structure located at the bottom of the hill right here. And a few pictures here. So you can see that these andesite stones are covered with the same scars and pockmarks that we saw at Osireion Hill. This one here of the obelisk stone, absolutely covered with scarring features from repeated lightning strikes on the stone. And just as we measured at Osireion Hill, the electric current from these lightning strikes created permanent magnetization of the magnetite within these andesite megaliths. And this entire site was absolutely teeming with powerful magnetic fields. And I'll put in a clip now so you can see it for yourself. The mythology of this site also involves this Buddhist monk Kukai, who was also involved in the mythology of the Nagusa megalith site, and he was said to have been guided to the megalith site by a white snake, which to me is indicative of lightning, and perhaps following that lightning strike, seeing it descending upon the earth. Again, we have this mythology of the gods descending to the earth, perhaps referring to lightning, also being symbolically deified here in Japan. The deity Susanoo, the lightning and thunder god. So I think that mythology is all referring to sites where lightning had touched down. And this, again, quote-unquote Buddhist monk Kukai being guided to these sacred sites by following where that lightning had touched down. So we're going to take a detailed look around here and see if we can find any of these petroglyphs, because I'd be very interested to see what they're describing as Sumerian or Celtic petroglyphs. Let's go ahead and pull out the magnetometer here, and we'll see. So this is the area with these kanji right here.
Yeah, that's modern.
Yeah, modern. Somebody is basically graffiti. Yeah.
Yeah. So try there.
Yep.
I think there's a constant 500, 2000 ohm.
Okay. So the ambient magnetic field here at the site is, just holding it right here, approximately 35 units. Those units are micro Tesla on this particular meter. And the average magnetic field ranges from around 20 to 60. All right, so it appears Alexa has found a nice, I can already see it going up, going up, going up. Oh man, okay. So now we've jumped to 120, 130, 180, 190, 200.
That's crazy stuff.
230.
Whoa.
So now we're, again, there's definitely a magnetic signature.
What do you have over here?
About 700,000.
700,000?
And 700,000. All right, so let's now, we're going to go test over this one. Terry says he's getting a pretty high reading over here.
Go play around here.
Okay. Okay, so again, let me move out here to the center of the circle. I'm keeping it away, but let me move the GoPro closer. It's about 40. And the GoPro may affect that a little bit, but you can see there the reading is 42. And I'm looking at total magnetic field there in white.
I have 40 here as well.
Yeah, around here.
All right, so again, moving closer to this thing. Yep, and it goes right back up to
Try yeah, move it under.
around 150, getting higher, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200. Yeah, so it's, yeah, almost like right along the edge, it seems to be the highest, 200.
Maybe
All right, so we're just gonna play around here. Oh yeah, yeah, there's on all of these so far, and you can see that's 145. So his phone gets crazy high readings. Yeah, just right here. So we all have similar magnetometer devices on our phones. So this is topping out around 200 here. All right, let's walk around and check all the rest of these guys now that we've confirmed that there are absolutely magnetic field fluctuations here around these stones. Okay, so this one is only 60, 70. It's staying around 40, 50. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And then all of a sudden you'll run across an area. So it's like 60 here. And then it jumps up in this area to it's bouncing around between 120 and 140. And then it drops back down. All right. So magnetic field in this distance from the GoPro, right? So if the GoPro has any effect on the magnetometer, you know, we could just calibrate that by keeping the GoPro at the same distance, and any fluctuations in the magnetic field would be zeroed out by keeping it at the same distance. So you can see here it's 26, 27, fluctuating back and forth between 26 and 27. Let's put it right where this tree is growing here. Oh, yep, there's a spot right there. Okay, now it's up to 160. 159, 158, 160. Which is unusual. Well, it's not really unusual because I just explained why it's happening. It's literally at the dead center. All right, so I'm going to take this. Again, we just tested it over there. It was like 20. You can see where my phone is. And I'm standing at the dead center on this rock in the center of the stone circle here. So here's my phone. I'm standing on like a little peak. And all of these stones are essentially equidistant from where I'm currently standing. So I'm literally at the center of this, let's call it a stone circle, because that's pretty much what it is. Again, this grouping here, I'm not certain. I want to go test in here in just a second as well. All right. So I'm going to take my shoes off, stand in this magnetic center point right here. Yeah, it's at the dead center. And just when we're not near the rocks, it's at like 40. His goes crazy high. Look at that. It's like 500, 900, 800.
Yeah, then if I move here,
Yeah, so you can see the fluctuations. Look at this. All right, so it's at 30, 40 units.
yeah,
Okay, now let's go back. Look at that. 800.
yeah,
It was topping out at like 1,000.
yeah.
Yeah, 800. Still, that's crazy high. Let me see if I can corroborate that measurement. So again, it's about 40 here. We're all using the same program.
Yeah.
And it's like, so mine's going up to 150. Yeah, I don't know why there's such a difference between our two devices, but you can see that there's definitely an increase from here, 40 units, and going back over to the same spot over here, it jumps right up to 150. 160.
Let me try mine too.
All right. Yeah, Alexa, come over here.
So be careful with the spider.
So you can see the readings on 3 different devices.
Okay.
So again, it's around 40 units there. Then the units on this thing is micro Tesla.
Wow, look at that jump.
Yeah, hers also jumps up to about 160. And it does seem to be around the edges
Yeah.
of the stone, which perhaps that's why they split it where they split them, is to expose the areas that had the most profound magnetic field. Which begs the question,
So be careful, there's a
how did they,
spider.
yeah, there's a big spider right here. Which begs the question, how did they know that? And perhaps these things are placed in a, it may seem like just a random pile of stones, but perhaps there's more to this. I mean, if you look at the way these surfaces are facing, okay, so it moves. It's like counterclockwise where the, holy shit, my whole body just started tingling. Like my arm, the hair on my arms just stood up. If you look at it, it's a clockwise rotating twisting of surfaces.
Yeah, you're
So look
absolutely
at the configuration of this series of stones here. So this one is exposed like this one's exposed like this, then this, and then that. All of these surfaces are pretty, again, the whole arrangement of stones here is man-made configuration.
It's a spiral within a spiral.
It's a circle within a circle. Yep. So this, again, this face is exposed, this face is exposed, this face is exposed, but it's tilted this way, and then it comes back around to where this is circulating. All right, so I'm gonna cut for 1 minute, put my feet on some rocks, and then I want to go maybe crawl under some of these things to try to get a reading on the base stones. Pretty cool. All right, now, as you just saw in the video, and like we do during all of our ancient site visits, my first impulse was to remove my shoes and interact directly with the magnetic fields within the structure, because I knew that these radiating fields would have a profound effect on my body. So let's take a look at a subject known as magnetic field therapy. This article coming from WebMD, and I'll quote here, describing several different types of magnetic field therapy. The first being a static magnetic field therapy. In this, you touch a magnet to your skin. You might wear a magnetic bracelet or other magnetized jewelry. It could be a bandage with a magnet in it, or you may wear a magnet as a shoe insole. Again, directly connecting your feet to these magnetic fields. You could also sleep on a special mattress with a magnet in it. Now, how it works. Your body naturally has magnetic and electric fields. All your molecules have a small amount of magnetic energy in them. The thought behind magnetic field therapy is that certain problems happen because your magnetic fields are out of balance. If you put a magnetic field near your body, it is believed that things will go back to normal. Ions like calcium and potassium help your cells send signals. In tests, scientists have seen that magnets change how these ions act. However, so far, there isn't evidence that magnets have the same effect on cells when they're in your body. End quote. So, generally speaking, regarding the benefits of magnetic stones are used in therapy to relieve a variety of aches and pains, including joint pain, muscle aches, and backaches. Their magnetic field can help improve blood circulation and reduce inflammation. By stimulating circulation, they promote better oxygenation of tissues and more efficient elimination of toxins, which can lead to reduction in swelling and an improvement in general health. The stones are also known for their soothing effects. By wearing magnetic stones or placing them on specific points on the body, it is possible to reduce stress and anxiety, promoting a deep state of relaxation. By improving circulation and reducing inflammation, magnetic stones can speed up the healing processes for injuries and chronic conditions. They are often used to complement other medical treatments. And as I was preparing for this episode, I stumbled across this article that immediately caught my attention, entitled Transcranial Magnetic Stimulation from the Mayo Clinic website. And here is a brief description and depiction of how this works. So, in repetitive transcranial magnetic stimulation, an electromagnetic coil is placed against the scalp that creates a magnetic field that stimulates certain areas of the brain. Furthermore, here, when used for depression, OCD, and to stop smoking, this treatment involves delivering repeated magnetic pulses, so it's called repetitive TMS or RTMS. During an RTMS session for depression, an electromagnetic coil is placed against the scalp of your head. The coil delivers magnetic pulses that stimulate nerve cells in the region of your brain involved in mood control and depression. It is thought to activate regions of the brain that have decreased activity during depression. You may also hear the term deep transcranial magnetic stimulation or deep TMS. The difference between these two has to do with the type of coil used. Although the biology of why TMS works isn't completely understood, the stimulation appears to affect how the brain is working. It seems to ease depression symptoms and improve mood. Now, I don't have any of these ailments, but I definitely did have some of these side effects that are listed here, including scalp discomfort and pain, headache, tingling, spasms, or twitching of facial muscles, and lightheadedness. And after I did what I did at the site, I definitely had a slight headache, tingling in my face and body, and absolutely experienced lightheadedness before all of these side effects decreased, and I felt absolutely amazing. As some of you may remember, that during this site visit, we discovered an unusual hole in one of these stones that had significant magnetic fields. And for some reason, when I explore and investigate these ancient sites, I get strange intuitions, you could call it. And something told me, "Psst, hey, why don't you stick your head in that magnet hole?" And so I did, as you can see here. And I think I may have inadvertently subjected myself to an ancient transcranial magnetic stimulation ritual. Check this out. So I just want to walk back around and show you the area that to me appears to be steps to enter the central portion of the structure. Again, I'm walking around out here barefoot and try not to puncture my feet. Okay. So again, let's test this area here. We've got 40. Ooh. I don't even have to touch the stone in that area. Look, it's 40 here, 45, 45, 43. And just moving it, there's 100. It's 130, 140, 50, 60, 70, 80, 190. 190 right here. Oh shit. 250, 260, 267. This is the highest readings that I've gotten. 273 in this little area here. So this exposed area, this little crack here, it goes from 42 up to 250, 260, 279, 280. Pretty consistent 280 reading there in this little area. I'm gonna stick my head in there and see. I don't know if that's a good idea, but I'm gonna stick my head in this little area here. Oh, it's crazy high. Yeah, he's also getting a very significant magnetic fluctuation in this little area. Here, so film me sticking my head in here.
Yep.
I don't know if I should be documenting this process.
Good luck.
Okay, make sure there's no spiders in here.
Did you feel anything?
What were you reading?
About 300.
Speak to us.
So, again, I don't know if this is placebo effect, but if you stick your head in there, again, I get these intuitions about weird things to do at these sites. Again, it just popped on me. Hey, stick your head in there, see what happens. Again, I don't know if this is a good thing or not. It feels like a lot of pressure. Which, again, I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but
Okay, Alexa, go.
it feels like you can feel, again, it feels like pressure in this little crack here. So this thing was created intentionally. This little pocket here was intentionally carved out. Now, again, is that placebo effect? Is it just by virtue of your head being in a little confined space?
Feels weird.
It feels weird, for sure.
Cooking my...
You're cooking your brain?
Brain cells.
Again, don't try this at home, kids. I can't necessarily recommend these. All right, now Terry, now you stick your head in there. So whatever happens to me happens to all of us.
We started a cult.
And now that my head is no longer in the rock, my head wants to go back in the rock. So I don't know what that means either.
I kind of have a headache.
Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's detoxifying.
Yeah.
I'll make sure to connect my feet to the ground here.
Oh, is that important? Are you doing exercise?
What'd you feel?
I don't know. That's weird, man.
My brains feel hot.
Made your brains feel hot. Yeah, so we may be melting, microwaving our brain here. Again, don't try this at home. Weird. Okay, now back to the mission.
All right, everyone. I hope you're enjoying the video. And please remember to subscribe for more content if you're interested in the technology of ancient civilizations utilizing physics and chemistry and the function of the Egyptian pyramids and other ancient structures from around the world. If you want to help support the channel, you can pick up a copy of the Land of Chem book and grab some merch at thelandofchem.com and for access to exclusive content. Subscribe to the members-only channel now with 19 massive research episodes revealing some of my most groundbreaking discoveries thus far. Links to everything in the video description below. Thank you all so much for the support. Now, back to the video.
All right, now, in members-only episode 20, a detailed expose on the legend of monoatomic gold. I explained how these magnetic field ritual stone circle temples may have also been integrated into gold nanoparticle therapy, which utilizes low-frequency magnetic fields and gold nanoparticles to enhance biological processes such as cellular reprogramming. And if you want to help support the channel and get access to this type of exclusive research content, the link to join is in the video description below. And I just dropped members only episode 20, an absolutely epic video explaining the function of the Jed pillar. So to summarize, here at the OGAMIGAIISHI stone circle in Kumamoto, Japan, I propose that an ancient ritual was being performed where the practitioner, patient, initiate, whatever you want to call the participant of this ritual, would perhaps lay down inside of the magnetic dolmen before ascending the hill toward the primary stone circle. And they would interact with the system in a variety of ways, perhaps standing barefoot on the central altar stone, sticking their head into the magnet hole, perhaps circumambulating the magnetic obelisk stone, etc., directly interfacing with the magnetic fields at the site in a strategic manner that was intended for various therapeutic and spiritually transformative effects, which I can absolutely testify to having experienced firsthand while interacting with this bizarre, ancient Japanese megalithic stone magnetic field ritual temple. All right, everyone, that is it for today's video. This was episode 154, Magnetic Ritual Temple and the function of the OGAMIGAIISHI stone circle. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and over the next week, we are off on another extensive expedition across Egypt to visit some sites that I have never seen before, and I will be back as soon as possible with some on-site exclusive research content. In the meantime, if you want to help support the channel, check out the Land of Chem members only channel and thelandofchem.com if you want to pick up a copy of the book or grab some merch. Both linked in the video description below. If you want to follow me on Instagram or on X, my handle is @thelandofchem. Also, don't forget, after you finish watching this video, please go subscribe to Ancient Odysseys, Let's Go, and Egyptian Trash Cats for all you cat lovers out there. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, thank you all so much for the support. I think that is it for today's episode, so I will see you next time. Yo, are you still watching this? Please subscribe to the Land of Chem here on YouTube and click that little notification button. New videos coming out every single week. And check out this other episode. Come on, do it. Do it now.